Hello students. As you know, we were studying the chapter number 2, resources, land, soil and water, and we will continue this chapter. We have read this topic and the current topic is landforms. So let's start. The surface of the earth is not uniform. It is uneven everywhere. We can divide land into three landforms: mountains, plateau and plains. So as you know all that the landforms we see around us is not uniform. Some of you have gone to the mountain places, some of you have gone to the deserts area, and you have seen that there are different sizes of land, and some lands have upper section, some lands have lower dip section. So there are different type of lands all around us. So first is mountains. Mountains are high altitude regions on the surface of the earth. They have steep sides and high peaks. A mountain range is formed where these mountains form a long chain. Mountains have useful forest vegetation. They are home to a variety of wildlife and provide various useful herbs and other products. Mountains are places with great scenic beauty. You can see the sceneries in your art file or some books that mountain section look very beautiful. So these are the pictures which we use to place in our drawing rooms or bedrooms, etc. So they help in controlling climate also. The high reaches of the mountains are a permanent home of snow from which the rivers flow continuously throughout the year. So you must know that the rivers that we see is actually come from the ice that place on the mountains. Again, these rivers provide fresh water to the plains and help in soil formation. Okay, आगे, the Rockies in the North America, the Andes in the South America, and the Alps and Pyrenees in Europe, and the Himalayas in Asia, and the Great Dividing Range in Australia are some of the famous mountain range in the world. So these are the mountain sections of the world which are named here, and these are of different countries. And in our country, you know, Himalaya is situated at the north side of the nation. Plateau. A plateau is a broad, flat area of land rising sharply above the surrounding lowlands. Some plateaux are very vast, covering thousands of square kilometers. The higher plateaux are either deserts or suitable for cattle grazing only. Agriculture is possible only in the low plateaus. Plateaux are mostly a storehouse of minerals. Many minerals are found in these plateaus. Okay, next, the Brazilian Plateau and the Bolivian Plateau in South America and the Arabian Plateau, Deccan Plateau and the Tibetan Plateau in Asia are some of the famous plateaux in the world. These are the famous plateau of the world. You must know about them and learn them. So next is plains. Plains are relatively low and flat areas on the earth's surface. Most of the plains in the world have been formed by the rivers originating in the mountains. The plains are very fertile and suitable for crops. You must know that we live in the plainer section of our nation. We live in Bareilly, and the Bareilly comes in the plain sections of our nation. Okay, next, the rivers provide enough water for human consumption and irrigation. It is easier to build roads, buildings, and other means of transport and communication in the plains because of their level land. Hence, the plains have a dense population. You see, uh, in the region where we live, they are very populated. Okay, next is land use. Land is one of the most important natural resource for mankind. It can be put a variety of uses, for example, for agriculture, factories, houses, for making roads, airports, for laying of railway tracks, for mining, etc. Last is factor determining the land use. Which factors that determine the land use? These are given below. The uses of land is determined various factors like soil, climate, topography, minerals, and availability of water. Beside these factors, government policy, level of technology, and human population also play a very important role in the use of land for various purposes. On the basis of who owns the land, that is, ownership of the land, land can be divided into two types. So, private land and community land. Private land, private land is owned by an individual, just like Some of the people bought a land piece and they made their houses, or they made a factory, they make their anything they want to make there, and the uses and produce of this piece of land is the property of the owner. Example, the kitchen garden on your house plot is the sole property of yours. The house built by you on your piece of land is owned by you and is your property. So these are the sections which we studied today, and further chapter we will study in our next video. So till then, study this section of this chapter and prepare it for the question of the exercise. We will meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.